Have you ever wondered what it feels like to be a billionaire? What are the things that comes to mind if you have piles and piles of money? Maybe a sports car, a mansion with a swimming pool, the latest gadgets around, or maybe tons of food, even beauty care, or maybe even a whole candy shop. Well, while most of us save up for something in the future, some billionaires out there spending billions of dollars in craziest things we can't even imagine. In today's video, we're diving into the craziest, most outrageous things the ultra rich had owned, which will eventually leave you speechless. So, stick around because number 3 is absolutely insane. Hi, you are watching Top Trend. Let's get started. What if I told you that one of the richest men on Wall Street spent $11 million on a dead shark? Yeah, sounds crazy, right? But hedge funder billionaire Steve Cohen, known for his extravagant art collection, did exactly that. A 14-foot tiger shark suspended in time. A work of art or a multi-million-dollar spectacle? This is the physical impossibility of death in the mind of someone living. A controversial piece created by British artist Damien Hirst and owned by a billionaire hedge fund manager Steve Cohen. And yes, it cost a staggering $11 million. In 1991, Damien Hirst, then a rising star in the art world, had a bold idea. He wanted to preserve death itself. With financial backing from British collector Charles Saatchi, he sourced a tiger shark from Australia, had it preserved in formaldehyde, and encased it in a massive glass tank. The result? A haunting, almost surreal piece that blurred the line between life and death. Some call it genius, others call it, basically a fraud. Well, I'm not surprised why. Fast forward to 2004. The shark, now deteriorating due to improper preservation, had lost its intimidating presence. But that didn't stop Steve Cohen from buying it for a jaw-dropping amount. A shark. A dead shark. A dead, deteriorating shark due to improper preservation? Why would a billionaire investor like Steve Cohen spend so much on a rotten shark? The answer? Well, it's all about the status, prestige, and the belief that contemporary art is the ultimate trophy of wealth. Well, trophy for the wealthy. Not for us, guys. Let's move on. But you see, there was a problem. The original shark was decaying. So, Hirst and his team replaced it with a newly caught tiger shark. Ensuring its preservation, some critics questioned whether it was still the same artwork. Well, but for Cohen, it didn't matter. He had secured one of the most talked about pieces in modern art history. So, was it worth it? Even though the original one had been replaced? Is this a masterpiece or an overpriced gimmick? Well, one thing is certain, that Damien Hirst's shark forces us to confront our own mortality. And for $11 million, it seems Steve Cohen was willing to pay for that experience. But not for us, Cohen. So, what do you think? Art or insanity? Comment down below. If you thought spending $11 million on a dead shark was wild, wait until you hear this. Billionaire Larry Ellison, the co-founder of Oracle, straight up bought an almost entire Hawaiian island. Yep, while most of us were packed in a house like a canned sardines, he just went ahead and purchased 98% of Lanai. Not just a part of it, but rather most of it, that only 2% were left untouched. He purchased it for a jaw-dropping $300 million. But why? And what is he doing with it? Well, let's break it down. Picture this. Imagine owning an entire Hawaiian island. Pristine beaches, untouched landscapes, and luxury at every turn. For most, it's a dream. But for billionaire tech mogul Larry Ellison, it's reality. So, the main question here is, why buy an island? Larry Ellison, the eccentric billionaire behind Oracle, isn't just obsessed with software. He's obsessed with reinvention. And when he saw Lanai, a quiet island with just 3,000 residents, he saw an opportunity to transform it into a sustainable utopia. For him, it wasn't just about luxury. He envisioned Lanai as a model for sustainability, a place powered by renewable energy, organic farming, and cutting-edge technologies. Since buying Lanai, Ellison has invested hundreds of millions into infrastructure, hotels, and sustainability projects. He upgraded the Four Seasons Resort, launched an organic farm to supply the local restaurants, and even experimented with solar energy and desalination plants. But how about the residents? Did it affect the residents in a good way? One resident say, "There's definitely been change. Some good and some are controversial. Jobs have increased, but there's always the question, how much control should one billionaire have over an entire island?" If residents were somehow affected in a good way, critics didn't feel the same way, but rather criticized him and argued that Lanai is becoming a billionaire's playground, catering to the ultra-wealthy, exclusive resorts, expensive restaurants, and an island increasingly shaped by one man's vision. Also, activists makes their way into this controversy, saying Lanai has always been about community, but when one person owns almost everything, it raises concerns. What happens to the local, to the culture, the identity of the island, so on and so forth? Well, billionaires may have escaped the poverty and buy everything they want, but can't really escape from the eyes of someone's job is to criticize and raise awareness. Either way, whether you love it or hate it, Larry Ellison's purchase of Lanai is one of the most ambitious private experiments in modern history. So, is this the blueprint of a sustainable future, or the ultimate example of a billionaire shaping paradise for his own vision? What do you think? Now, before we proceed to the next and final one, if you enjoy this kind of stuff, please leave a like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more crazy stuffs like this. All done? Great. Now, where were we? Alright. We've talked about an $11 million shark, a dead shark, and an entire Hawaiian island. Nothing's more crazier purchase out there, is it? Or is it? What if I told you that there's a billionaire out there with the most insane car collection in the whole wide world? Meet the Sultan of Brunei, Hassan al-Bolkiah, a man so wealthy that he owns over 7,000 cars worth more than $5 billion. Wow, that's a lot of money to think. that made my dizziness turns to headache right away. But the show must go on, so yep, that's right. While most of us dream of owning just one supercar, this guy has enough to drive a different one every day for nearly 20 years. So let's take a glimpse to the most exclusive, over-the-top car collection on the planet. In the heart of Brunei, a tiny but wealthy Southeast Asian nation, lies a car collection so vast and so luxurious it seems almost unreal. The Sultan of Brunei, Hassan al-Bolkiah, is not only one of the world's wealthiest men, well, he is also the owner of the largest private car collection on earth. An empire of automobiles, from the rarest vintage cars to the latest high-performance machines, all locked behind the gates of the Sultan's palace. Sultan Hassan al-Bolkiah, who ascended to the throne in 1967, has always been so passionate about cars. What started as a hobby soon blossomed into one of the most impressive car collections in history, estimated over 7,000 cars. While most of us are content with one or two prized possessions, the Sultan doesn't just collect cars. He curates an entire fleet, each vehicle more unique than the other previous one. Imagine this: a garage where you can find over 600 Rolls-Royce, 150 Ferraris, 170 Porsches, and even limited edition models never seen anywhere else in the world. But that's just a fraction of it. Among the Sultan's most famous acquisitions is a McLaren F1, once hailed as the world's fastest car, and custom Rolls-Royce that have been specially designed for his taste, like gold trims, leather interiors, and the finest craftsmanships. Some experts say that he's not just buying these cars, he's creating a legacy. Every car in the collection is meticulously maintained and treated like a heirloom, not just a commodity. But a collection of this size doesn't come without its price. The Sultan reportedly spends millions of dollars every year just to maintain his fleet, hiring private mechanics, storing cars in custom garage, and even designing private tracks for his test drive. As years passes by, with every car manufacturer releases newer model each year, his car collection still grows. The Sultan's passion for cars shows no sign of slowing down. In fact, there are rumors that the Sultan continues to add to his empire with even more rare, bespoke vehicles commissioned directly from the manufacturers. And that is what you call a real connection. So, come to think to it, what drives a man to amass collection of this magnitude? Well, for the Sultan of Brunei, it's more than just the thrill of owning rare cars. It's about creating a legacy, a statement of his personal passion and his country's wealth. Luxury, rarity, and passion. These are the foundations of the Sultan of Brunei's legendary car collection. Also, for him, it's not just about owning cars, it's about owning a piece of history. Perhaps for the Sultan, the true luxury isn't in the cars themselves, but in the ability to create his very own world of automotive perfection. So how about you? If you are a billionaire, would you invest in things that brings personal joy, like rare art and exotic cars? Would you try to build something long-lasting like Larry Ellison's vision for a sustainable island? At the end of the day, these purchases aren't just about extravagance. They reveal how money shapes people's priorities. Some use their wealth to create, some to collect, and others just to show off. But here's the real question. If you had billions, how would you spend it? Let me know in the comments down below. Please do consider subscribing for it helps this brand new channel grow. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.